7:30 left in the second period. Bangor has yet to attempt a pass. They're content giving the ball to Wilson and Melvesta. Their line's doing a pretty good job. But Collard's having a great game so far in the early going from his defensive end spot. He's made numerous hits already.
Okay, Moyer split right as they get Melvesta and Wilson behind Frost. There's a handoff to Wilson. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and Scott Woodward was there to meet him. On the fourth down, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 36.
A great hit by Scott Woodward. Second back through Wilson. Scott Woodward and Paul Collard right there, and the Tigers take over on down. A great defensive stand.
As young Wilson was hit right in the backfield as he received the ball from Gary Frost. As we've got 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter of play, the Tigers lead by a score of 7-0 and take over on a big defensive stand. As they come out of the huddle now, we're going to have Pettit and Suya split, with the lone run back being Woodward in that new formation the Tigers come out with today. Jelinas calls signals. As the handoff goes to Woodward, he cuts to the outside. Look for some running room. Steve Melvesta's there to bring him down. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers down at their own 39-yard line.
Well, Melvesta's the leading tackler for the Bangor Rams, and at that time he showed why. Nice job from his cornerback position. Come out really well, and Scott never had a chance.
Bangor came out with a 4-man front that time with McDonald at the middle linebacker spot. They've changed their defense from a 5-3, and they went to a 4-man front. I don't know if they're going to keep going, or it looks like they're going to the even matchup rather than the odd when they had Boudreaux in the center.
I noticed, too, that McDonald didn't stunt that time, stayed right at home.
Okay, Collard now moves into the backfield, shifts into the backfield. Jelinas straight back to pass. He's getting some pressure from the backside, but he's going to run on the corner. He's looking for some running room, as he's going to be hit there by number 33, Dave Morris. But he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3 now for the Tigers at their own 44-yard line.
Well, Jerry Jelinas showed some good speed, and there's a personal foul being called down there. It's against Bangor. It's going to be 15 yards tacked on, but Jerry Jelinas showed good outside speed, because from the backside, nobody picked up McDonald, and he was on Jerry's tail, but a big penalty right there.
Our boy Gabby's a little upset on that one. He's yelling at that official over there. You better watch out there.
Okay, 1st and 10 now for the Tigers as they take over the Bangor 41-yard line on a personal foul being called on one of the Bangor ball players. As the Tigers come out, we're going to have Pettit split with Suya split as they come out in that new formation. Scott Woodward, lone running back behind Jelinas. Jelinas hands off to Woodward up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play. As there to bring him down is number 59 for them, Keith Norton. A pickup of close to 4 on the play. Make that 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 now for the Tigers at the Bangor 40.
5.5 minutes left in the second period. Paul Cox, a junior, and Keith Norton, a senior, did their job. Scott Woodward, lone setback, and they put a halt to it.
All right, as they're coming out now in the straight T formation behind Jelinas with Leland and Pettit. Handoff goes to Mike Pettit, looks to go outside, tries to get some running room. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, as there was Dave Morris with Aaron McDonald and Steve Melvesta. We have a pickup of 1 on the play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers at the Bangor 39.
Counter to Mike Pettit. McDonald, he's got a sense for the football. He was right there to wrestle him down.
This Aaron McDonald, John, is probably the best linebacker we've seen all year. This guy's doing an excellent job. No doubt he's going to be an All-State.
He's only a junior.
All right, we got Pettit split with Suya split. Tigers on the Bangor 39-yard line. A big 3rd down play now. 3rd and about 8 for the Tigers. Jelinas goes straight back to pass. He's got some time. He's looking to go to Scott Woodward. He completes it to Scott Woodward. As Scott heads up the field, bounces off a couple of tackles, and he's going to be close to a 1st down is where they mark the ball. As there to make the tackle was, again, Keith Norton.
That play's open all afternoon long. We've seen it down here in the first period. Jelinas threw the ball a little behind Scott Woodward, but that time he hit him right in the middle of the 4 and the 4, and scored a good hard run. But Bangor is down there hitting.
They're hitting. John, there's no way that Bangor can cover that play. Biddeford is throwing everybody out of the backfield. Jelinas, great rollout quarterback that he is, runs out there, gets the pressure, and just dumps the ball to Scott Woodward.
Okay, it's going to be 4th and less than a yard to go for the Tigers down at the Bangor 31-yard line. as Jelinus is asking the official for a measurement, and he won't give it to him.
4:30 left, Jerry. In the half. Jelinus is a little upset. He wanted a measurement, but the clock says no. Start that clock. Landry's upset also.
Okay, 4th and less than a yard to go now. Big defensive play for Bangor, big offensive play for the Tigers, as the Tigers are driving, leading by a score of 7-0 here in the second quarter. Jelinus on a quarterback sneak. He's going to pick up more than enough. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers inside the Bangor 30-yard line.
Well, Jerry Jelinus, a good call by offensive coach Ron Cody. Jelinus, really the only play they had, 4th and less than a yard over Mike Carrier's back. But that's a dangerous play with Aaron McDonald, as fierce a tackler as he is, playing right over Mike Carrier. But Tigers pick up a big first down. 4 minutes left, opening half. Tigers on top of Bangor, 7-0.
All right, they come out of the huddle, set up in a straight T behind Jelinus, as we've got Collard and Shalou tied at the ends. Jelinus, second man through. Woodward finds some running room. He's going to pick up 5, maybe 6, 7 on the play, as he's finally being dragged down by number 18, Mike Moyer.
Melvester also on the play, but a good hard run right side the line. O'Brien, Small, and Shalou, and Woodward, a good hard determined run. Them feet just kept churning, but Melvester was right there.
Okay, it's going to be 2nd down and 4 now, as we get 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. With this break, we'll take a break and be right back. Back at Whittier Field, the Tigers leading by a score of 7-0 over the Bangor High Rams, as they've got a 2nd down and 4 at the Bangor 24-yard line, as we got Pettit in motion out of the straight T backfield. Handoff goes to Scott Leland, first man through. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, as on the tackle was Perry Boudreau, as he held his ground there and stopped Leland in the line of scrimmage. We have a pickup of maybe 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and a long short 2 for the Tigers. Are down at the Bangor 23-yard line.
Well, Bobby Suya is in the ball game now, I think, for a little more blocking power. The second back through, for some reason, doesn't seem like it's working. Bangor's done their homework on that play, and they're stopping it.
All right, straight T backfield behind Jelinus. We got Woodward, Pettit, and Suya, with Collard and Shalou at the tight ends. Suya in motion. Handoff goes to Scott Woodward. Big hole over there. He cuts it up the field, and he gets down inside the Bangor 15-yard line. He's down to about the Bangor 12. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Huge hole left side of the line. The bread and butter, Schlith and Bliss. For some reason, in the first half, the Tigers have been running right-handed with Small and O'Brien, but that time left side, Bliss and Schlith. Big gaping hole, and Woodward with a big run.
1st and 10 for the Tigers down at the Bangor 13-yard line, as we get less than 3 minutes to go in the half. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0.
Big series right here, Jerry. We go in the dressing room at halftime on top, 14-0 or maybe 15-0. You know Gabby's going to give him a tongue lashing, but it's a big series right now. We need a big one.
All right, straight T backfield. Jelinus calling signals. Handoff goes to Woodward the other side. He finds some running room. He's going to pick up maybe 4 on the play. He's going to get down to the Bangor 10-yard line. As we got 2 minutes to go in the half, it's going to be 2nd down and about 8 for the Tigers down at the Bangor 10.
Well, the Tigers aren't doing anything fancy, just bullish football. Bangor is supposed to be an overpowering line. Biddeford's moving them all over the football field, and they're just giving the ball to Scott Woodward. Nothing fancy, just challenge him to bring him down, and Scott's running wild. That's the beauty about the Biddeford coaching staff, Jerry. Ron Cody told us that we'd see a new look because a lot of teams had caught up to their wishbone. We've only seen the wishbone 3 times this afternoon.
Straight T, handoff goes to Scott Woodward. He cuts it upside as he tripped. We'll have to wait to see when they mark the ball. They're marking it right where he fell. He's inside the 10-yard line, as we can barely see the yard markers now. They're down about the 8-yard line from what we can see. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers down at the Bangor 8-yard line.
Well, there's a stiff breeze on Mike Pettit's face. There's no question they're in his range. There's 1:10 left in the half. We've got 2 timeouts left. We've got plenty of time to punch it home.
1 minute to go in the half as the Tigers come out of the huddle. Straight T backfield set up behind Jelinus as the clock winds down. They got less than a minute to go. Tigers are at the Bangor 8-yard line, as Jelinus has only attempted 2 passes. As he rolls out now, looking to pass. He goes the option out to Leland. Leland runs out of bounds, as they're going to lose maybe 1 on the play. It's going to be now 3rd down and about 8 for the Tigers as he went out of bounds to stop the clock.
That was a heady play, though, by Jerry Jelinus. I think a pass was called that time, I'm sure. He was rolling to his left. Everybody was covered. Leland was a trailing back. He pitched the one, but the play wasn't designed for that, I'm sure.
Okay, as they call a timeout, it is 4th down. I said 3rd, but it's 4th and 8. And Mike Landry and Ron Cody decided to call a timeout to talk to Gelinas. As this is going to be a big play for both teams. If the Tigers can get it in, they'll give them a 14-point, at least a 13-point edge going into halftime. And if Bangor stops them, that means there'll only be 1 touchdown down going into the second half, and could mean a lot on emotions.
Oh, definitely. We've heard all week how emotionally Bangor is, and if they stop Biddeford right here, it'll be the second time that the Tigers knock on the door and come up empty-handed. It's going to be a big emotional lift for Gabby Price and his Rams, there's no doubt. But while there's a timeout, Jerry, before I forget, I got to say hello to my lovely wife, Connie. And really, I should say I'm sorry about what I did last night. I'm sorry, dear.
Okay, John. As we did his traditional weekly saying, as we've got 4th down and about, make that 7 from where the yard marker is set on the other side of the field. As 43 seconds to go in the half. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0. A big play coming up for both teams. As now Ron Cody and Mike Landry are conferring with Gelinas. And there comes the play now as Jerry Gelinas comes onto the field. He's going to be rushing on there as they've already started the 30-second clock. It is an exciting game here at Whittier Field. 7-0 Tigers. They break out of the huddle. It's set up. They're in the shotgun. They're in the single wing is right as they got Gelinas, the running back. He starts to roll out as he's going to get some block and he's looking to pass. He stops and he's going to be hit. As he's going to be hit by Aaron McDonald, as Aaron McDonald was there to make the big play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Bangor as they came out in that single wing and didn't come out to anything.
Well, Jerry, it was a good call, really. Gelinas looked like he had it open there. He had the ball up in the air, Woodward leading the way, but McDonald, like we said, along with help by number 59 Cox, read it well, and a big emotional lift for the Bangor Rams, no question.
Okay, we got less than a minute to go. Bangor takes over. They're down inside their own 20-yard line. Moyer split left. Correction right. As the handoff is going to go to first man through Melvester. It looks like Bangor is going to be very happy to go in halftime, only losing by 7. No, they call a timeout as Gabby calls a timeout and he wants to call something.
Oh, no, Gabby's a winning football coach. There's no question about that. He doesn't want to go in at halftime down 7-0. He's got the football. When you get the football, you try to put points on the board, and that's exactly what Gabby's doing.
Okay, the Tigers should be receiving the second half as they kicked off to open up the game as they probably deferred. I think what I saw from the toss coin, they deferred their choice to the second half, which they can now in Federation rules.
But they're going to have that stiff breeze right in their face, Jerry. It's been exciting, though. Everybody talked about it. It's going to be tough to match the last game these two guys had together for excitement-wise, but nobody's disappointed. Biddeford's on top 7-0. My estimation, totally outplaying Bangor, but on the scoreboard, it's still just 7-0.
Okay, they got Keith Lambert in the game now.
Playing like guy called center field. Biddeford's going to be in a prevent defense.
As the handoff goes to Young Wilson, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, gets away from Collard. He's going to pick up about 20 or somewhat yards on the play. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Bangor as we've got another timeout. We've got 13 seconds to go in the half.
Well, with getting that first down, it stops the clock, and Bangor's going to have another opportunity. Mike Landry's on the field now. Biddeford was in a prevent defense, and, Mike was anticipating pass, but Bangor's bread and butter, since Wilson has come back, is giving the ball to him with his speed and hope to spring him outside. And that time he did get a few yards, but the Tigers were there to wrestle him down, but he did get a first down.
Okay, as the Tigers have got 1 on the board, and they had a chance to get 2 more. They could have been winning by a score of 21-0 here at halftime, but they only lead by a score of 7-0 as the Bangor High Rams have come up tough down inside that 20-yard line. As that's probably Mike Landry's last timeout, but we got less than 15 seconds to go as we're down to 13 seconds to go in the half. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0. Exciting football action here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. Okay, Bangor coming out of the huddle now as they're going to have split Tim Garrett split left with Moyer split right. Melvester and Young Wilson behind Frost. As the handoff goes again to Wilson, looks to break it outside. He's got some running room. As he heads down the sidelines, he's going to knock out of bounds. As we check out, we're down to 8 seconds. Another first down for Bangor.
Keith Lambert, the sophomore, inserted to in that prevent defense, made a tackle. Bangor's doing what they want to do there, springing Wilson outside. Biddeford's only got a three-man front. They got everybody back. And Wilson's getting outside and picking up valuable yardage.
John, they're not going to score that way.
Okay, it's 8 seconds to go now as they've got two great yardage runs by young Wilson, the outstanding halfback from Bangor.
This should be the last play of the half.
All right, they come out of the huddle now. We've got split left Steve Day with Moyer split right as he moves young Wilson behind Melvester now. Frost calling the signals. Handoff goes first man through Melvester, and he's going to be tripped up by Billy Bliss. And they call timeout. We must have about 5 seconds now, as we can't see the clock. We're down to 3, so they'll have one more play before the half finishes.
Well, 3 seconds, a lot can happen. We know that from our previous encounter with the Bangor Rams. They only had 8 seconds left on the board, but they had 4 plays, and they ended up knotting up the ball game. I thought that was the last play of the half, but we got 3 seconds left. Frost hasn't attempted a pass yet, has he, Al? He attempted 3 against Thornton last week in their impressive win in the playoffs, and this afternoon, Gabby stuck with his game plan, keeping it on the ground with Melvester and Wilson, and the Tigers are doing their job defensively.
Yeah, Biddeford's done a good job. This is no indication of the defense here. There was about when Bangor got the ball, there was, 30 seconds left to go, and Biddeford is playing in a prevent defense and letting them churn up a little yardage up the field. We've got 3 seconds here. I anticipate maybe he'll try and throw the bomb here, get a pass interference or something.
Okay, this should be the last play of the half as we've got Lewis tight. Now he's being split. They're splitting everybody out. As the handoff goes to young Wilson up the sideline, he's looking for some running room. He's going to be met right there by Kevin LaRochelle, and that's going to be the half as the Biddeford High School Tigers lead the Bangor High Rams here in the State Class AA Championship game here in Whittier Field in Brunswick by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with our halftime show after this message.
Three, two, one. Back at Whittier Field, the 1984 State of Maine AA Championship game. Biddeford's on top, 7-0. We got a special guest who come up to the booth, Mike Minuti, former great, number 32. Mike had a great game the first time. These two teams met in state play back in 1967. Mike, you had what, 2 touchdowns and a recovered fumble?
That's right, John. I was very fortunate that day, and it's good to be back here at the field today to see a repeat of that, and hopefully it'll be 20-0 again.
Well, Mike, it's 7-0 right now. The Tigers are totally dominating. What are your feelings about the game so far?
Well, so far I look at Bangor as a fairly predictable team, and I look for them, if they want to have a chance in this ball game, to open up in the second half with a passing game. Biddeford's closing in on them defensively. They're beating them off the ball offensively, and it seems that that's the trend of the game, unless Bangor does something to change it.
Yeah, it seems like Biddeford come out with a new formation, and Gabby and his defensive team haven't adjusted. And
well, so far, I mean, it's a lot of hard work to get you here, and I think it's paying off for Biddeford because right now they look to be the stronger team, and I don't think Bangor can continue to stay in their game plan. They're going to have to make a change in order to come back in this ball game.
Yeah, I think Gabby with his goal rush twins Malvesta and Wilson is content in keeping the ball on the ground. Frost, their talented quarterback, has yet to attempt a pass. And I think, like you said, they got to do something different.
Oh, definitely. When you're running the ball, defensively, you know that what the other team is doing, you can close in on them. A prime example was on a 3rd and short on the 4th and shot for Bangor. Biddeford set in 5 people right in the middle of the line and blitzed both middle linebackers, and they stuffed them. So when you come out and you have that offensive game plan, and that's what you're looking for defensively, you know, that's what you hope for. That's the result.
Well, thanks a lot for coming up, Mike. And like I said, you had a great game here back 15 years ago, whatever, Mike.
John, I think that was 17 years ago.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Now we're twice as old.
Right. Well, thanks for coming up, Mike. The halftime show is brought to you by Menard's Oil Burner Service. We'll be back with Al's halftime stats and Guy's assessment of the first half after this message. Back at Whittier Field, Al Coulombe, our statistician. Al, tell us the numbers.
Thank you very much, John. First, let's recall the touchdown play. 3-yard run by Scott Woodward. 4:01 remaining in the first quarter. After a 7-play drive by the Tigers after recovering a Bangor fumble. Bangor has destroyed most of the keys that I set up earlier in the game by not passing. But Biddeford has managed to meet some of the keys that we had for them. I said they should find something that works and stick with it, and they have. Scott Woodward, running the right side, has had tremendous success. On the Bangor side, I thought they had to get to 2nd and short. They had never had less than the 2nd and 8 in the first game. They did that a couple of times. Other times they had long yardage. And also I thought Bangor had to stop the Biddeford runners, and the halftime stats show that they really haven't stopped Scott Woodward. Tigers had a 13-play drive go for naught in this game, and Bangor, I'm sure, is saving their tricks for the second half, as they haven't passed the ball yet. But here are the numbers. For Biddeford, they had 6 first downs to Bangor's 4. Biddeford's been outrushed by Bangor, 82-81. Biddeford has 15 yards on receptions, Bangor none. Jerry Jelinas is 2 for 4 for those 15 yards. Each team has been penalized twice for 20 yards. Biddeford has run off 31 plays to Bangor's 21, and the total yardage for the half, Biddeford 76, Bangor 62. The leading rusher in the game, Scott Woodward, with 15 carries for 64 yards. Jerry Jelinas has 4 carries for 17 for the Tigers. And the Tiger receivers, Mike Pettit, 1 catch for 10 yards. Scott Woodward, 1 catch for 5 yards. And the goal dust twins for Bangor. Young Wilson, 13 carries for 68 yards. Steve Malvesta, 10 carries for 25 yards. Those are the halftime stats. Here's more with Jerry Soulard, Guy Gavin, and John Perry.
Well, Guy, your assessments of the first half. Bangor's just come out on the field. Biddeford's on top 7-0. Your opinion?
John, it was an unusual first half because Bangor did not attempt to throw a pass. I think if Bangor is going to win this football game in the second half, they're going to have to come out throwing the football a little bit. As we mentioned this week and we've mentioned in previous week, Biddeford has a tremendous defense against the run. I think Gary Price thought that maybe he could stiff the ball right down Biddeford's throat. It has not happened so far in the football game. Biddeford and Bangor have equal yardage running. I think they're about 82 yards apiece. Of course, that's a little deceiving because Bangor got about 40 of those yards or 50 of those yards in the last drive when Biddeford was playing in their prevent defense. I look for Bangor to come out and throw the football. As we've said before, I really think that's the only way that they can put some scores on that board. The other thing that's going to be a key to the second half is that Biddeford lost a toss in the first half. Bangor elected to receive. Biddeford took the win. Mike Landry now has to make a choice whether or not he wants to take the football in the beginning of the game and let Bangor have the win in the third period. That's going to be a quick decision. I look for, and again, we can't put thoughts into the coaching staff's mind, but I look for Biddeford to kick off and take the win for that third period. if they can hold them for that third period, go into the fourth period with that win. And let's not kid ourselves, that win is a big factor out there. We were just outside. That thing is blowing all over the place. Another key in that first period was that Biddeford had good field position the whole football game. The last game, if you remember, in the second half, Lewis kicked off. They made about 3 or 4 tremendous punts that kept Biddeford back deep in their own territory. Biddeford has been able to play their offense. They've been able to go with that double wing, 2 tight ends, with Scott Woodward alone in the backfield. When they've had to, they've run him on off tackle. They've run motion coming back and ran the second man back through, which they didn't have much luck with. They ran Woodward twice on the outside. If you remember, when they just sent him out, nobody in the backfield. Jelinas rolled. They were successful with that twice. And Woodward was open a couple of other times when they could have thrown it. The big key here, I think, is what Mike Landry is going to decide to do. If it was me, what I'd do is I would take the win for that third period, see if we can get Bangor back in the depot, get good field position, and then run that football right at them. Bangor has not been able to stop their running game.
You're right there, Guy, and like you said, the Biddeford staff this afternoon is putting on a show here this afternoon. We heard all week it was going to be a chess game between Mike Landry and Coach Gabby Price of Bangor, and there's no doubt in our minds that Mike is winning a chess game. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this message.
Hey, Doc! What are you doing?
Ready, Tony? Okay, the final 24 minutes of football here in 1984 Class AA Championship action as the Biddeford High School Tigers will be receiving the second half kickoff, leading by a score of 7-0 here at Whittier Field in Brunswick.
John, we were misinformed on that. Biddeford did win the toss in the first half and elected to take the win. Bangor came out now, and they've also elected to take the win. They're kicking off the Biddeford. Thornton played Portland earlier in the year, and there was a win, the same factor. What Portland did is they elected to take the win. Biddeford grounded the ball out. I look for Biddeford to see if we can run the ball and kill a lot of that third period.
Here we go. Second half of the state game. Biddeford's on top, 7-0.
And the kick by Andy Hartley is going to go down to Bobby Suyer at about the 3-yard line. He fumbles it. He's going to get some, looks to run up the middle. He's going to be tackled down about the 15-yard line where the Tigers will take over first and 10. On the tackle with number 15, Chris Fenderson. And number 39, Aaron McDonald again, as he's just about everywhere defensively for the Rams. First and 10, the Tigers come out in a quick huddle. No huddle at all, quick formation.
Yeah, but there's a dog in the ref.
Jelinas now, as they blow the whistle, as the dog killed the dog killed the quick play set up by the Tigers.
Oh, Landry's upset too. The Tigers had one of Ron Cody's tricks up their sleeve, but the dog inadvertently got in the way, and the ref had no choice but to blow the whistle.
What Biddeford was going to do on that, they had Soulier, number 33, on the sideline, John, playing like a lonesome man. He was standing on the sideline waiting for the play to run off. They're going to run a quick pack. Nobody was covering him. The dog came to see them.
Okay, they come out of the huddle now as they've got Doobie and Shalou tight, set up in a straight tee behind Jelinas. First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 15. Handoff goes to Scott Wood. He cuts up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 2 in the play. That's going to be second down and 8 for the Tigers at their own 17.
Nothing fancy. We got the back up against our wall, but who's there again? Aaron McDonald right there to make the hit on Scott Woodward.
Guernsey was also on the tackle, number 61 for the Rams. He's a senior.
It's too bad, really, Jerry. The dog did get in the way that time. The element of surprise, good call by Cody, but like Guy said, the dog got in the way.
All right, double tight ends with Collard and Shalou in there. Straight T formation behind Jelinas. Suyer in motion. Handoff goes to Woodward up the middle. He finds some running room. He's going to get down to about the 21-yard line. It's going to be third now and about 5 for the Tigers at their own 21.
Quick pop, Scott Woodward, bread and butter all year long. Nice job of blocking left side, Bliss and Slur. Woodward, a big one right there. Dave Doobie's in. Dave's been out 4 or 5 weeks with an injury. He's in the ball game, spelling Collard.
Third down and about 4 for the Tigers, sitting at their own 21-yard line. Set up in a wishbone behind Jelinas is Leland and Pettit. Pettit goes in motion. Jelinas takes it to Woodward, and Leland's going to get hit in the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down now. As up on the tackle for Bangor is Aaron McDonald, and coming up from the bottom of the pile was Mark Lewis, their defensive end.
Mark Lewis, a nice job, defensive end. Wasn't fooled a bit. Second back through, Scott Leland. Lewis right there from his defensive end spot, come up and wrestle him down. And the Tigers' first possession, second half, a forced to punt. Mike Pettit's going to be kicking it out from his own 9-yard line.
Okay, it's the first punt for Biddeford in the game so far, as they've got young Wilson all alone with Mel Vester up front to block. There's this low snap by Pettit. As he picks up the ball, tries heads down, Mark Lewis tackles him. As they got it, it's going to be Bangor gets a big break, and it's going to be first and goal to go for the Rams at the Biddeford 9.
Yeah, not a good snap. Pettit, like you said, his first punt of the afternoon. Stiff breeze to his face, a little shaky getting the exchange. He bobbled it. Lewis come up. Big sack by Lewis. Bangor knocking on the door. Excellent field position. At their own 9, we said they were content keeping the ball on the ground. And at the Biddeford 9-yard line, I'm sure we're not going to see anything fancy.
Mel Vester and Wilson behind Frost. Handoff goes to Wilson. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage.
59 for Bangor. Cox was moving in the line. We don't see a flag, though.
Okay, it's a pickup of maybe 1 on the play. It'll be second and goal to go now for the Rams at the 8-yard line. As we have 9:18 to go in the third quarter of play here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. State Class AA Championship game. The Bangor High Rams and the Biddeford High School Tigers. With the Tigers leading by a score of 7-0. Moyer and Day are split. Melvester and Wilson. There's the fake. There's the pass across the middle to Lewis, and broken up nicely by Mike Pettit as he was there to knock the ball away.
First attempt we've seen from Frost. Early stages of the second half, Frost tried to hook up. Mike Pettit, a great job from his safety position. Come up, almost picked his pocket.
Did a good job, John, in covering that pass. That's a pass that beat Biddeford in the last game. If you remember, they ran that tight end over the middle.
Third and goal to go now for the Rams at the Biddeford 8-yard line. They got 3 split now. Moyer, Melvester, and there goes the pitch now to Wilson. He looks to get to the outside, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Make that the 5. And there's a penalty flag on the play, and it looks like we're going to have a late hit by a Biddeford player.
Yeah, maybe, but a good job of pursuing by Bobby Suya and Billy Bliss.
Okay.
I don't know about that call, but a good job of pursuing Billy Bliss. Bobby Suya did their job. They tried to spring Wilson outside with everybody blocking on the strong side. Lewis leading the way. And Billy Bliss come up, stripped the interference, and did a nice job.
Okay, Bobby Suya is discussing with the officials over there as they're going to mark the ball there about the 5-yard line. It's going to be a personal foul. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
That's an automatic first down too, Jerry.
We'll wait and see what the call is, as we didn't see the call. We saw the flag being thrown from that side. The ball is going to be now at the 3-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down and goal to go from the 3 as Bangor is down to the 3.
I'm sorry.
Okay, 4th and goal to go now for the Rams at the Biddeford 3-yard line. You got 8:57 to go. As both crowds are screaming, defense and offense, as the Tigers right now have got their backs to the wall, and we've got a timeout being called by Bangor. With that timeout, we'll take a break and be back after this message.
I've been trying to go up the middle though.
Even on the 1-yard line.
They're all going to be split on that side, and he's going to lead the way.
See what that dog did? He screwed up the play to start with.
Yeah.
And
Talk about breaks, you know, that dog screws up a big play. Then they had a bad snap, and low snap, and had a stumble. He should have been down. He had his knee down. They never called it. He picked it up. We didn't have the rest of the ball. Yeah, when you pick up the ball, it's close to the guy. Now, motion here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. It's 4th and goal to go now for Bangor down at the Biddeford 3. As the handoff goes to Wilson, he's looking to come around the corner, and he's stacked by Jimmy Nicholas, and the Tigers take over 1st and 10 at the 5.
What a job by Jimmy Nicholas, outside backer. I told a good friend of mine, Paul Camari, I was going to save it for the right time. Here's the right time, guy. Nicholas come out from his outside backer spot, drop Wilson like yesterday's newspaper. Here we go. Great defensive stance, Biddeford Tigers.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Tigers down at their own 5-yard line. We'll see if we can have a repeat of last game as they were deep in their own territory. Woodward broke it for about 70 yards and put them in excellent field position. And we'll see where they go. Straight to backfield behind Jelinas with Pettit and Suya. Suya in motion. Handoff goes to Woodward. Woodward cuts up the field. He's going to pick up close to 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers at their own 9.
Well, Bangor's a good football team, Jerry, and they proved it right there. I thought with a big defensive play by Jimmy Nicholas would have taken their enthusiasm out, but they stuck right in there that time, gang tackling, and they wrestled down Scott Woodward for no gain.
Okay, as Lewis and Bliss were having a few words and the referees broke them up. That's going to be 2nd down and about 6 for the Tigers down at their own 9-yard line. As we've got 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0. They come out with that split new formation of theirs as they get a handoff to Woodward. Woodward tries to get out, and he's going to be met there by Aaron McDonald again, as he was the first man to hit him. And on the tackle, coming up with the tackle is Dave Morris, number 33. We're going to have a loss of 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down now and 9 for the Tigers down at their own 6-yard line.
I'll tell you one thing, Morris and McDonald are doing their job this afternoon for Gabby and his staff. McDonald, like you said, inside backer, read it well outside, cut it, forced Woodward inside, and right there was Morris, and that duo's having a great afternoon.
All right, the wishbone formation set up. A double tight ends with Collard and Shalou at tight. There's a quick kick by Pettit as he boots it out. The ball's going to bounce about the 30, 35. It goes out of bounds at about the 38-yard line with Bangor take over at the Biddeford 38.
Good call. The Tigers had to back up against the wall. Mike Pettit, a pretty good kick. Stiff breeze in his face, but the ball took, luckily, a bit of a bounce. Bangor takes over. Excellent field position, though, at the Biddeford 39-yard line. But after that defensive stand by the Tigers, Gabby's got to be wondering what he can do to put some points on the board.
1st and 10 Bangor at their own, at the Biddeford 39. We've got 7:05 to go in the 3rd quarter of action here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0 over the Rams. They're set up in some kind of a wishbone formation behind Frost as they've got Moyer in motion. 2nd man through as they got a big hole from Lewis. There's a fumble on the play, and Biddeford's going to recover as looks like Kevin LaRochelle has come up with the football. It is Biddeford's ball, 1st and 10.
We thought Gabby would come out throwing, but he didn't. They put Moyer in motion. They tried to spring Wilson with a quick counter. Kevin LaRochelle from his safety position come up with a football, and now the Tigers are in good field position. Here we go, guys.
That's the 3rd turnover for Bangor, and Wilson fumbled the football. It was a good counter, and Wilson has fumbled the ball 3 times today. That's probably an indication on the kid. He hasn't played in about 5 or 6 weeks. He played last week, his first ball game. Probably a little tentative running in there today, John.
1st and 10, the Tigers at their own 33-yard line. A lot better field position than they were a few seconds ago as they come up with another big turnover. They're set up split now with Pettit and Suya. As Boudreau, as the handoff goes to fake to Woodward, they go for the long bomb to Pettit, and it's incomplete as there's no flag on the play.
There's no flag, Jerry. I don't understand it. Boudreau come out of nowhere as he was in a bit of a backfield, and the Biddeford fans are letting their feeling know, but no flag. Jerry Jelinas just aired it up. I thought again, he thought it was a dead play. Why not go for broke? But no flag.
2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers as Perry Boudreau was awful close to going offside. No flag, so he must have been in there. 6.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0. Pettit and Suya split. Lone run back being Woodward behind Jelinas. Tight ends are being Doobie and Shalou. Pettit in motion. Jelinas straight back to pass. He's got some time. He's looking for a receiver. He goes across the middle to Pettit, and there's a flag there as Steve Linsky throws the flag. One guy said no. Linsky says yes.
Yeah, Linsky is a good official. He doesn't care. He threw that flag. Mike Pettit got pawed by Matt Nelson. Linsky with a little hook shot flag, and here we go, a big first down for the Tigers.
Great throw by Jelinas. I think if he hadn't gotten hit in the head, on the side of the head, he would have completed that pass. Pettit was open, and it was a good call. Biddeford now has good field position. We're biting the bullet, John. That third period is a key thing. They had the ball back down on their 9-yard line. We did not want to get into a punting game with Bangor because I think that with the field position and a win, we could have been in trouble. I think now we've got a better field position. We're going to get the ball on about the 45-yard line, 45 to 50, 49-yard line, which gives us good field position, run the football, control that third period, and come out with the win in the fourth period.
You're right, Guy, and there's 6 minutes left in the third period. The Tigers on the march right now. We're on top 7-0. Exciting 1984 State of Maine Class AA High School Football Championship. Jelinas that time had good protection from his line.
Okay, as they move Cullard out of the tight end spot, puts him in motion. Jelinas looking to pass. He gets some pressure from the backside as he's going to be hit by Lewis. And also on the play number 58 for them, Paul Cox, as they stack Jelinas for a loss. It's going to be second down and about 16 now for the Tigers down at make that 18 at their own 42.
Yeah, good pursuit by Lewis and Cox, like you said. Jelinas rolling, had Scott Woodward leading the way, but nobody picked up the backside, and Jelinas never had a chance. 5.5 minutes left. Like we said, Jelinas never had a chance. Nobody picked up the on-rushing Lewis and Cox from the blind side.
Okay, they come out of the huddle now as Pettit and Leland are split. Shalou and Doobie are at tight. Jelinas takes it to Woodward. He's got Slur in front of him blocking. As he's looking to pass, he does. He throws it long, and Woodward goes incomplete. It's going to be third down now and about 17 for the Tigers at their own 42-yard line. With that incomplete pass, we'll take a break and be back after this message. Back at Whittier Field here in Brunswick, the Biddeford High School Tigers lead by a score of 7-0 here in the third quarter of play with about 5 minutes to go. As we're going to have a third and about 17 now for the Tigers at their own 42-yard line. An incomplete pass from Jelinas to Woodward.
Well, Mark Lewis is doing a nice job at defensive end that time. He did a good job. Jerry Jelinas a little off balance, threw that off the wrong foot, and Woodward never had a chance.
Okay, Pettit and Suya are split. As the handoff goes to Woodward, he's going to be the fumble in the backfield, but Jelinas is there. And it's going to be fourth down, as we're going to have Mike Pettit in there to punt now for the Tigers.
Yeah, Guernsey did a good job. Quick handoff to Woodward. Guernsey didn't tackle Woodward. He tackled the football. The ball come up loose. Jerry Jelinas pounced on it. But like you said, Mike Pettit will be kicking with a stiff breeze in his face from about his own 30-yard line.
Okay, last time they had a bad snap, a low snap, and he was dropped for a loss. We'll see if we can get a good snap out of Doug Schlurth this time. There's the snap. It's a beautiful one. Pettit's got plenty of time. He boots the ball, and it bounces about the 35-yard line. Picked up by Young Wilson. Look at it outside, and he's hit right there by Bobby Suya. And it's going to be first and 10 for the Bangor Rams at their own 35.
Stevie O'Brien, a great job. First man down there. Bobby Suya, a little help too, but O'Brien from his guard spot come up. Wilson got a ball on a one hopper, took it upfield. O'Brien right there to meet him.
We're going to see Bangor come out throwing the football now. They've got the win with about 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. This is their chance to really in third period.
Okay, Moya.
In their face, they gotta throw it now, like Guy said.
Moya split right with as Frost is looking to throw. They're going deep. As Kevin LaRochelle is right there to break it up. As the pass was intended for Tim Gorette, and LaRochelle was with him all the way.
Well, LaRochelle did a good job regaining his feet or whatever. He got turned around on that. Just a little loft pass out there. Frost, decent job of faking. He looked right. The ball intended for Gorette all the way. LaRochelle got turned around, but he regained his composure and tipped it away.
Second down and 10 now for the Rams down at their own 34-yard line as we get Day split left with Moyer split right. Melvester and Young Wilson behind Gary Frost. Frost looking to pass it. They're coming out throwing as Gary Frost is hit as he throws the ball, and it's broken up there as we had Lewis and Moyer there. But we also had Doug Schlurth and about 3 or 4 other people as Bobby Suya gave a lot of pressure on Gary Frost.
He sure did, and it was great coverage also by Leland, Pettit, and LaRochelle, and Doug Schlurth helping out. But Bobby Suya from his inside backer spot come out of nowhere, and he hit Frost on the blind side, and the ball a little wobbly. Lewis, the intended receiver, but 3 Tiger defenders right there to knock it away.
Okay, third and 10 now for the Rams at their own 34-yard line. We got less than 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. We got Gorette split left with Moyer split right. Melvester and Wilson behind Frost. As Frost now hands off to Wilson. As Wilson's trying to get outside, he gets some speed. Scott Leland there to slow him down, and Mike Pettit's there to bring him down. We've got a gain about 4 on the play, but it's going to be fourth down. They'll be punting.
Good pursuit, Paul Collard, Scott Leland. Mike Pettit from his safety spot read it well, come up to the line of scrimmage, and Wilson can't get outside at all. Leland single safety, Lewis in the punt. We know he can boom it.
With the wind to his back, he should, as he gets a good snap, and there's a kick, and it's a driving one. Driving Leland way back, and it's rolling. It's going to roll right into the end zone, and the Tigers get a break. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20.
Big break for Biddeford there. He boomed one out of there, and thank for Biddeford, it went into the end zone. Biddeford gets the ball on their 20-yard line. What we've got to do, John, here with 4 minutes left to go in this period, Biddeford has got to try and control that football. I look for them to run it with Woodward on the inside and see if they can control and get through this period here.
Okay, that was a 63-yard punt by Lewis, but to no avail.
Punter, there's no question. The previous ball game, he boomed one about 80 yards, and that time a 63-yarder. Like you said, a good wind to his back, but he still got all of it.
Okay, wishbone formation set up behind Jelinas with Pettit and Suya with Woodward as a fullback. Handoff goes to second man through Mike Pettit. He's going to roll up to about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and a 7 for the Tigers at their own 23.
Well, Lewis is doing a great job defensive end. He was being blocked by Shalou, but he fought off his block, turned it inside, and Mike Pettit picked up 3 on that, Jerry.
2nd down and 7 now for the Tigers down at their own 23-yard line. As it's been an outstanding defensive game by both teams, as the Tigers have stopped the Rams down at the 3, and the Rams have been able to stop the Tigers a couple of times inside the 10. Wishbone formation. Handoff, first man through Woodward. No, correction, second man through as they handed it off to Suya. As I got faked out like I normally do most of the time because Jelinas does a good job of handing off. We have a pickup of 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now for the Tigers at their own 37-yard line. Correction, 27.
There's some hard hitting down there, though, Jerry. Both offensive lines are having trouble, I think, with the opposition. Bangor's defensive line is doing a great job, and so is Biddeford's, and the yardage is tough inside, believe me.
All right, here we go. Wishbone formation for the Tigers. It's set up with Shalou and Collard tight. Fake to Woodward. Jelinas looking to throw. He's getting some pressure there. He goes outside to Steve Shalou, and he can't get to it. And it's going to be 4th down, and they'll be punting again with the wind to their face.
Well, Lewis again creating havoc in a bit of it backfield. Jelinas intended for Shalou. The big tight end's been quiet this afternoon. He hasn't got a reception yet. But Lewis did a good job. Mike Pettit trying to block on him, but he forced Jerry to throw that ball a little over Stevie Shalou's head.
Young Wilson, a lone receiver back there for the punt, as Mike Pettit will be punting, standing at about his own 13-yard line. Doug Schlurth will be centering. There's the snap. And Pettit boots it. He gets it, drives Wilson back down to about the 35, and it's going to bounce down to about the 30-yard line. It's still rolling, and it's going to be down at about the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bangor down at the 28. Excellent punt by Mike Pettit with the wind to his face.
Good punt by Mike Pettit, but kind of a funny play by Young Wilson. Nobody around him. He let the ball roll around. The Tigers got a good bounce, and now Bangor's got their back up against the wall. They take over at their own 25-yard line.
Big break for Biddeford there, John. That punt, he could have recovered that. He could have fielded that punt and run, get some yardage. He did not. Biddeford gets good field position.
Well, he's fumbled 3 times this afternoon. Maybe he's getting a little shell shock.
Okay, they're set up in double wing. As they send Moyer in motion, hand off first man through the fullback, who's Malvesta, and he's going to be stopped. He's going to gain about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Rams down at their own 27-yard line.
Good job of blocking left side of the line by Bangor, but Scott Woodward, the defensive end right there to wrestle down Malvesta, but not till he picked up 4.
We're going to look here, John, to them going to their tight end, Lewis. I think this is the time that they could probably try and throw that football over the middle. Biddeford's going to be ready for this. Big series, big play right now.
2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. They got Wilson in the slot. Malvesta's the lone running back. Hand off to Malvesta, and he's hit right in the backfield by Bobby Suya. As Suya comes up with another big play. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for the Rams, sitting at their own 28-yard line.
Suya from his inside backer spot has had a field day this afternoon. He blitzed right in. Nobody picked him up. They gave the ball to Malvesta right side of the line. Suya right there. Lewis, like Guy said, is I think he's caught 37 passes for something like 385 yards. They've only attempted 1 pass to him this afternoon.
Okay, Frost looking to pass now. This is going for Wilson down the sideline, and he's open, and he completes the pass. Is right there is to trip him up is number 68, Norm Crapo, as they put Wilson on the linebacker, and he got cleared. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams down at the Biddeford 33-yard line.
A big gain of Bangor Rams. They had a streaking Young Wilson all alone. A touchdown saving tackle by Norm Crapo. He made a desperation dive, tripped him up, or Wilson would have been gone.
1:13 to go here in the third quarter. Bangor's going to have the win for just another minute and 13 seconds as they come up tight, as they set up in a power I. Malvester and Wilson. Handoff goes to Wilson. Second man through, and he's stripped up the line of scrimmage, but he's going to pick up maybe 2 in the play. That's going to be second down and 8 for the Rams down at the Biddeford 31-yard line.
Good job of Summerine and Billy Bliss, Doug Schler. They just shot under their man and tripped up Wilson. Really, they were well blocked, but Billy Bliss got down low and tripped up Wilson.
Okay, second down, and make that 9 as we've got 37 seconds to go in the quarter. The clock's winding down. They're set up tight. As Garrett and Lewis are tight. As fake goes to as Frost completes the pass to Lewis from the tight end slot, and it's going to be first and 10 for Bangor down at the Biddeford 15-yard line.
Frost had great protection. Everybody did their job picking up the on-rushing Tigers. Lewis one-on-one with Leland. Lewis, the bigger of the two. Nice thrown ball by Frost right in the middle of the 8 and the 8. Leland wrestles him down, but Mike Landry's down there. He's calling a timeout. 13 seconds left in the third period. We got to dig in now, guys.
Yeah, they ran Lewis on a quick out, and the defensive back was there. He just made a nice catch, and it was a perfect throw. Bangor now is down in good field position. There's 24 seconds left to go in the period. This is their big chance now to get this game tied up, and you don't know what can happen after that.
Exciting high school Class AA championship action here at Whittier Field in Brunswick as the Bangor High Rams are knocking on the door again. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter of action.
Well, the Rams are starting to throw that football now. We've been waiting for them to do that the whole ball game, the whole second half anyways. A lot of success this series throwing the football. A nice pass from Frost. Wilson almost broke it, and that time Frost with good protection hooked up with Lewis, their big tight end, and Leland did a good job covering him, but Lewis, the bigger of the two, like I said, come up with the football.
Okay, both teams have got 2 timeouts left here in this ball game. A little less than 13 minutes of action to go in the state Class AA championship game between the Bangor High Rams and the Biddeford High School Tigers. The Tigers lead by a score of 7-0, but the Rams are knocking on the door. They're coming out with that double tight end again. They're set up in a straight T behind Frost. As the handoff goes to Wilson. Wilson gets some running room. He gets down inside down to about the 12-yard line. Make that the 11. It's going to be second down and about 6 for the Rams down at the Biddeford 11.
Well, on the right side of the line, it looked like they had sprung him, but Mike Pettit has had a great afternoon at safety. Come up and read it well and put the hit on Wilson.
Okay, that's the end of the 3 quarters of play here at Whittier Field in Brunswick as the Biddeford High School Tigers lead the Bangor High Rams by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with the exciting fourth quarter action after this message. Change it. Less than a quarter, down to about an 8. About an 8. Stop it. Sideline, we've got a second down and about 7 for the Rams. As the handoff goes to Malvester, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage by Scott Woodward. He picked up maybe 1 on the play. It's going to be third and about 6 now for the Rams down at the Biddeford 10-yard line.
Well, the Rams have been very successful in the third period throwing the football. They're down inside now at about the 10-yard line. They're going to give the ball to Wilson and Malvester on the ground, and that's been no success at all this afternoon. Scott Woodward that time with help from Crepo, and the Tiger interior people and the outside people have been doing a great job on the run all afternoon long.
Okay, they come out of the huddle. They have Day split left. Wilson in tight. They're set up in a power eyes behind Melvesta. Handoff fake to Wilson. Look across the middle for the pass. It's broken up, and Lewis makes a great catch. Touchdown, Bangor. It was tipped by a Biddeford defender, and he made a nice catch to score the touchdown.
Good concentration by Lewis. It looked like Mike Pettit, I'm not sure, come up, tipped the ball. It looked like he was going to pick it off, but Lewis kept his concentration, grasped the football, and brought it home for the Bangor Rams. And now the score is 7-6. Will Ritter in to do the extra point.
And we know about Will Ritter. He got the only field goal of the year to get the Tigers in overtime to defeat the Tigers 10-7.
He's something like 28 for 31, Jerry. He's got a stiff breeze to his face, though. You never know.
Okay, here we go. We got Frost holding the ball. Here comes the snap. There's the boot. And it's up, and it's good, and it's all tied up here at Whittier Field. The Bangor High Rams 7, the Biddeford High School Tigers 7.
Well, here we go, Jerry. We've got plenty of time. We got the wind to our back. We don't know what's going to happen. The Tiger fans are fired up. Nobody's discouraged. The score is 7-7. Bangor's got to be somewhat aroused now, and a good drive, really.
Bangor did what we thought they might do in that second half, John. They started throwing the football. We waited that first half to see them throw any footballs. They did not put it up in the air. We really felt that the only way that they could play with Biddeford would be for them to throw the football. They finally came out in that period and threw it. They had the win to their back. Now Biddeford has the win in that third period. It could be a big factor in this football game.
Okay, they marched 78 yards in about 8 plays to not the score. It's 7-all. That's kicking off for the Rams. There's going to be Andy Hartley. Deep for the Tigers is Scott Leland, Mike Pettit, and Bob Suyer.
Jerry, he doesn't have the ball teed up. He's going to just ground it.
And there it is. It's a squibbler, and it goes to Steve Shalou as he picks it up. Shalou heads up the middle of the field, a big tight end, as he's going to give the Tigers beautiful field position. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Biddeford 42-yard line.
Well, you got to cradle that football. Shalou had it up in the air like a loaf of bread. It could have been a free ball. Biddeford, no huddle. Here we go.
All right, no huddle as they try to do it before. Jelinas now looks. As the official now calls timeout, is all alone with Bobby Suyer, and again, the whistle. Everything is mixed up. The officials are having their problems on these quick plays.
Yeah, and look at Landry. He doesn't like that. I mean, we got burned out of 2 of them already. Biddeford fans are letting the refs know how they feel. Suyer was all alone on that lonesome end play.
He started the clock. Okay, it's going to be 1st and 10 now as they finally got everything unscrambled, I guess. But Michael Landry's a little upset. The wishbone formation set up behind Jelinas. Fumble in the backfield. Jelinas falls on it. That's going to be 2nd down and about 11 now. As we have 10:34 in the game, the clock keeps winding down. All tied up at 7 apiece, John.
Complexion of the ball game seems like it's shifted towards Bangor now, Jerry. The Tigers pushed them all around the field the first half. Bangor come up with a big score and a pass from Frost to Lewis, and now it seems like they have the upper hand. We got to get going.
Okay, we're going to have Suyer and Pettit split. Lone run back being Woodward. Tight ends being Doobie and Shalou. Pettit in motion. Jelinas looks to pass. He's got some time. He looks across the middle. There's Steve Shalou. And it's broken up nicely as Dave Morris was there to hit him as the ball got to Shalou.
A great defensive play by Morris. I think Shalou heard footsteps. The ball really right in his breadbasket, like my father used to say, and Shalou couldn't come up with the handle of the ball. It's 3rd and 11 now for the Tigers. 10 minutes left in the 4th period. We got to get some going in a hurry.
Okay, Ron Cody now giving the play to Paul Collard as the fans start yelling on this side of the field as they want some kind of offense going over here for the Tigers. Leland and Pettit split. Tight ends being Collard and Shalou. Lone run back being Woodward. The fake to Woodward. Jelinas looks across the middle for the wide open man. It's Steve Shalou. Nice catch. But he's going to be short of a 1st down. As it's going to be 4th down and about 2 now. As Steve Shalou is hurt.
Yeah, Yeah, he got popped, no doubt. Morris right there with a big stick on Stevie Shalhoub. Jelinas, though, had great protection. He looked around, a good job of faking. The fake to Woodward froze the linebackers. And Stevie Shalhoub come up with a great catch, but he's down. Doc Labonte and Doc Burnett attending to him.
John Bangor is really fired up here. We've got to try and change that momentum a little bit. We've got a 4th down here. Biddeford's going to have to punt the football. Next series, a big one for Biddeford. They've just got to stop Bangor here and see if they can change the momentum of that football game around.
Well, Stevie Shalhoub's all right, Guy. He got a big ovation from the Biddeford fans. We definitely need Steve in there. They're lined up tight now. Mike Pettit, wind to his back, a good kick. Wilson fields it on the fly. He bobbles the football. He wisely pounces on it at his own 15.
With this break, we'll take a break and be back after this message. Back at Whittier Field in Brunswick. It's all knotted at 7 apiece. Bangor and Biddeford. Bangor has the ball, first and 10 down at their own 15-yard line on a punt by Mike Pettit that was fumbled by Young Wilson, but recovered.
9:35 left, Jerry, in the 4th period, and this one is matching the excitement of the previous ball game between these two great powerhouses.
Malvester and Wilson behind. They hand off to Wilson. He's hitting the backfield as Bill Bliss is there to take him down for a loss, and Wilson is hurt.
A good pop by Billy Bliss. Wilson, with the thigh injury, suffered all year long. Billy Bliss with a great pop, wrestled Wilson down. He's up, though. I think he's all right. He's limping a little bit. 8:59 left.
Okay, as he's back in the huddle, but he's limping. As Dave Morris now enters the game, probably to replace Wilson. And he does. He looks pretty good running off that field, though, John. He's still got a little limp. Okay, Dave Morris in the backfield now, playing fullback with Steve Malvesta now going to the tailback slot. As they're looking to throw across the middle. And then intercepted is Kevin LaRochelle. He's headed for the end zone. But Steve Malvesta probably brings him down at the 8-yard line. The Tigers take over 1st and 10.
Kevin LaRochelle, the junior cornerback. That's his 5th interception or 6th of the year. He cut right in front of Garrett, come up with the ball. Looked like he had clear sailing. Malvesta did a good job of wrestling LaRochelle down. Or the big junior cornerback would have brought it home. Biddeford, excellent field position now. We're knocking at the door. We're at the 8-yard line. Here we go. It's Scott Woodward time, I think.
All right, they came out of the huddle. Let's set with Pettit and Suya split in that formation. Scott Woodward, the lone running back. Jelinas hands off to Woodward. He cuts it up the middle. He's going to get down to about the 5, or it's going to be 2nd and goal to go for the Tigers at the 5.
Oh, there's some hitting down there, though, Jerry. It looked like that hole was momentarily open, but number 58 for them, Paul Cox, a junior, who's had a great afternoon, stuffed the hole. But what a great interception guy by Kevin.
Yeah,
LaRochelle.
he just made a great play on that. He had him covered all the way. The quarterback overthrew the ball a little bit. He picked it off right at the height and almost went in for the score.
Here we go, the Tigers at their 5-yard line.
Woodward, the lone running back. Suya and Pettit split. As Jelinas on the option, pitch it out to Woodward. Woodward looks to go, cuts back inside, gets some running room. He gets down to about the 3-yard line. He's down to about the 2. That's going to be 3rd and goal to go for the Tigers down about the Bangor 2.
That's why Scott Woodward is the best fullback in this state. Jelinas pitched at the right time. Woodward looked like he had the outside. It was read well by McDonald. Woodward cut it inside and got 3 yards on his own. A great determined run by Scott Woodward. Now the Tigers are really ringing it, knocking on the door. 6:59 left, 3rd and 3 for the Tigers at the 3-yard line.
Hurry up here, John.
They got to hurry up like Guy said. Collard's in with the play.
Come on, they come out of the huddle now. Suya and Pettit split. Jelinas calling signals. There's the handoff to Woodward. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Biddeford.
Yes, sir. Bread and butter, right side. Scotty Woodward's got the football. He's showing the Biddeford fans. Great job. Stevie Shalhoub's on the field. He's excited. He's back from his injury. A gaping hole right side. O'Brien and Small. Scott Woodward just waltzes in. 6:39 left. Fourth period, the Tigers on top, 13-7. This is a big point by Mike Pettit with a wind to his back.
All right. As Biddeford has capitalized on the errant pass by Gary Frost, intercepted by Kevin LaRochelle, and they punch it in. Here's the fourth, the extra point is up, and it's good. The Biddeford High School Tigers lead by a score of 14-7. We'll be back with after this message.
What do you feel? What a turnaround, really. It seemed like when Bangor had changed the complexion of the game, a key interception by Kevin LaRochelle, his sixth of the year, a great job of running by Scott Woodward, super blocking by the line, and Jerry Gelinas on that extra point attempt did a nice job fielding that ball, and Mike Pettit booted it right up through the uprights, and now we're on top 14-7, guys.
Well, John, a big thing here now is Biddeford's got the wind to their back. Bangor's got to come with the stiff breeze to their face. Quarterbacks on out. Here's the kickoff.
Mike Pettit with a booming kick. We got to also say that young Wilson, no, he's back in the ball game. Melvesta fields it, brings it upfield. Crepo with the pop. Here we go. Bangor, not bad field position. Like Guy said, stiff breeze to their face. 6 minutes left in the ball game. They're taking over from their own 30, and young Wilson is all right. He's back in the ball game.
All right, this is going to be a key series for the Bangor High Rams. They're trailing by a score of 14-7. As the last time they had the ball, an errant pass by Gary Frost was intercepted by Kevin LaRochelle to set up the go-ahead touchdown by the Tigers, 14-7. As they got Moyer in motion, there's a counter inside to Wilson. He gets some running room, and he's finally going to be brought down by Jimmy Nicholas and Scott Leland, but not after he picks up close to 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2 now.
I don't understand why the official didn't blow the whistle a little earlier. A good counter. Wilson had a good hole. A nice job of blocking. Good misdirection play. Nicholas and Leland right there to tackle Wilson, but kind of a slow whistle, I thought.
Well, John, I think they had, he was still running, and they felt that give him all the yardage he can.
Here we go, Jerry.
5:40 to go in the fourth quarter of action here at Whittier Field. The Tigers lead by a score of 14-7. There's the handoff to Wilson, second man through. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be third and about 1 now for the Rams down at their own 39-yard line.
Right there was Brent Foley, Billy Bliss, and Paul Collard from his defensive end spot. Come in, read it well, and big play right here for Bangor.
Well, John, we've got to watch out for Gabby Price likes to throw that fake dive in the middle, and he lets that we got to watch Wilson coming out of the backfield up the middle of the field for a long one.
How about Lewis with that quick little pop pass up the middle, too?
Okay, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of action. The Rams, 3rd and 1 as the handoff goes to Melvesta. He finds some running room. He's going to pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 44-yard line.
Power football and a good job of blocking by the Bangor line and good determined run for Melvesta. 5 minutes left in the fourth period and a big first down for the Bangor Rams.
Right now, Bangor can't afford to try to grind this clock out as they've each got 2 timeouts apiece, so we'll have to wait to see what happens. They're set up in an eye behind Frost as the pitch goes to to Wilson. He tries to cut outside, and he's hit, but he's going to pick up about 3 on the play. It's going to be second down and 7 for the Rams at their own 47-yard line.
Wilson that time put a good move on Mike Pettit. Pettit from his safety position came up blitzing, red dogging, and he had a shot at Wilson. Wilson put a good inside move on him and picked up 3.
4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bangor trailing by 7. They're trying to drive this ball down the field as they're trailing 14-7. As they set up with Melvesta, they got Wilson in the slot. The last time they had Wilson in the slot, they threw to him. Moyer goes in motion. There's a handoff to Melvesta up the middle. He's going to pick up about 7. He'll be close to a first down as he's in Biddeford territory. They're at the Biddeford 47-yard line as that clock keeps winding down.
Like you said, Jerry, they've got a long way to go. They're at the Biddeford 47-yard line. There's 4 minutes left in the fourth period. Bangor's content on giving the ball to Wilson and Melvesta, alternating them right and left, and they're moving the football, but they're running out of time.
Okay, set up in the eye behind Frost is Melvesta, fullback Wilson, second man through. He's going to get the ball. He's going to be hitting the line of scrimmage. but he's going to get close to that first down. I think he's got the first down. This is where they spot the ball, and it looks like it is going to be a first down. As they call a timeout to bring in for measurement.
Yeah, they might be short, Jerry. I don't know. I've been 0 for 1 this year. I'm not going to put my neck on the line. 3.5 minutes left, fourth period. It all depends where they spot the football guy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 4th down. I think they're a little short here.
We'll see. Ricky Latelia coming out with a chain. Oh, yeah, they're short. They're short by the length of a football. 3:33 left in the fourth period of action. Well, we can really say this is the play of the ball game coming up right now.
It is, John. I think there was a break for Biddeford, too, because this forces Bangor to try and get that first down. If they had made the first down, it would give him a little more time. We'll knock off about 40 seconds off the clock with this play here.
Okay, the clock's winding down, and they break out of the huddle. They got Wilson split left, way left. As they go with Malvester up the middle, he's going to pick up the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams at the Biddeford 44-yard line.
Well, the Bangor Rams showed Mike Landry a new look that time. They had Malvester the lone setback, like Jerry said. Wilson in the wing, split way left. And they gave the ball to Malvester, and he just bowled over for the first down. 3:15 left, fourth period. Bangor on the march. They're at the Biddeford 39-yard line. We look for them to try to free up Lewis.
Moyer in motion. The fake, it goes to Wilson up the middle on the counter, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to move up for about 5 yards as he broke the tackle. That's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Rams down at the Biddeford 40-yard line, but that clock keeps winding down.
And Mike Landry is warning them guys to get ready in case Bangor tries to run off a play with no huddle. Billy Bliss did a nice job on the counter, though. He read it well, and he tripped up Wilson. There's a timeout on the field. Mike Landry's on the field.
Okay, as we got 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And with this timeout, we'll take a timeout and be back with the exciting action, fourth quarter action here from Whittier Field in Brunswick.
He got his lesson. Mike Landry yelled at
Back to action here at Whittier Field in Brunswick. The Biddeford High School Tigers lead by a score of 14-7, but Bangor is driving. We got 2:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Bangor has the ball at the Biddeford 40-yard line.
Well, John, what we're going to see here, we've got about 2 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the ball game. Bangor has 2 timeouts. I think that they're really going to have to start throwing that football a little bit to get closer to that end zone. I look for Lewis. They ran that quick out on Lewis, trying to get him, isolate him one-on-one on a defensive back. They're coming out now. Lewis is on the left-hand side. I look for them to run that quick pass that they ran on the opposite side when they scored that touchdown earlier in the third period.
Like you say, Lewis has been a big play man for him all year. He's caught a touchdown already this afternoon. They got him inside blocking most of the time. He's a good blocker. But we got an official's timeout and equipment adjustment on Billy Bliss. Billy, one of the tri-captains, had a great day this afternoon, Jerry.
Okay, the clock starts now. 2:42 to go. As the clock will start with the snap of the ball, as there was a timeout being called. They got Moyer split left. Malvester and Lewis set behind Frost. Frost fakes it, comes down on the option. He cuts it up as he's going to be hit right there. But he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about... It's hard to see the yard mark on the other side, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 2, and the clock's winding down to about 2.5 minutes to go.
Jimmy Nicholas, another good job from his outside backer spot. Stayed at home, forced Frost inside. Frost was looking to pitch to Wilson, but Nicholas came up, read it well, forced Frost inside, and the Tigers were there to pursue.
Okay, 3rd and about a long 3. We've got 2:10 to go, and the clock's winding down. As they got Malvester alone running back. It was a handoff to Malvester. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to bowl forward for the first down. It should be a first down. It is. 1st and 10 for Bangor. They're down at the Biddeford 33-yard line.
It is a first down too, Jerry, and that's going to stop the clock. We're at the 2-minute mark. Tigers still on top of the Bangor Rams at Whittier Field, 14-7. But Bangor is on the march. Oh, it's exciting. Don't nobody go away.
They build this to be the best football game of the year, and it is. 1:50 to go in the ball game, and Bangor is driving on the ground as they yet to throw a pass. As we got a motion, and that's going to cost them 5 yards as the guard, number 68, Paul Cox, dropped off sides, and it's going to cost them 5 yards. And it's going to be 1st and 15 now for the Rams.
That's a big 5 yards, too, when you get down inside that territory. Bangor's content on keeping the ball on the ground. The Biddeford defense done a great job against the rush all year. We've got 1:46 left in the fourth period. Bangor just got an assessed a 5-yard penalty.
This is a big break for Biddeford because now Bangor is almost forced to put the football up in the air.
Okay, the clock winding down. 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter action. The Tigers lead by a score of 14-7. Melvester and Wilson behind Frost. You get Moyer in motion. There's the counter back to Wilson. There's the fake as he's got all alone is number 82, Tim Gorette. And he goes out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Make that about the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams down at the 10.
Great job of faking by Frost. Nobody knew who had the football. The whole bit of it, line was frozen. Garrett all alone. He should have brought it home. The ball a little underthrown. But that's a big play for the Bangor Rams. 1:28 left in the fourth period. A big hook up Frost to Garrett.
Okay, now we'll see if the Biddeford defense can hold them like they did one time inside that 10-yard line. It's at the, there is a first down. It must be sitting about the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. As Frost is looking to go in the option. He's getting hit in the backfield for a loss. As Billy Bliss was there to slow him up, and Paul Colliday was to sack him for about 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd down and about a 12 now for the Rams at the Biddeford 14. 1:15 to go in the game, and the clock's winding down.
Good job pursuing Billy Bliss. Shot right in. Forced him to, I think he was trying to pitch it to the trailing back, but Collard was right there to wrestle him down. But a good job. 1 minute left. Bangor's at the Biddeford 12-yard line. Here we go, Jerry.
All right. Frost calling signals. We're going to get the same kind of finish we had in the last game. As they're setting up a screen, and he can't get it off as he tries to, and Woodward's there to break it up. As they try to set up a screen to Wilson, and Scott Woodward stayed at home and waited for him.
Boy, did Scott Woodward do his job that time. They saw that one in the films, or scouted it somewhere. 48 seconds left. They had the screen intended for young Wilson. Scott Woodward just matching him stride for stride, almost came up with a key.
John, he almost did. That could have been the ball game right there. He would have gone all the way on that one.
Landry wants a timeout. He's going to talk to his defense. But a good job of pursuing Frost by Nicholas, and Scott Woodward with an excellent one-on-one coverage. 3rd and 13, Guy informs us. 48 seconds left, but a good job one-on-one coverage, Scott Woodward.
John, we've got Biddeford is out of timeouts. Bangor still has 2 timeouts. They're still in a 2-down territory. I don't think they can get a. I think they can get a first down on about the 1-yard line. We've got 2 plays here left. Bangor can still, as I said, get that first down if they can. They've got 2 timeouts. There's still plenty of time with 48 seconds to go. They've got to throw the football, I think. They tried that tricky play to run that screen pass to the left. Woodward just was not tempted. He just stayed there and waited for the quarterback to make his play. I look for them to probably come back over the middle with Lewis, which we've been mentioning a lot. They beat Biddeford that way the last football game. The other guy coming out of the backfield would be Young on the sideline also.
That's how they scored their touchdown, like Guy said, on a deflected pass. Lewis come up with a big touchdown. But here we go.
Okay, as we get Day and Moyer split right, Melvester and Wilson. As they fake it, they come to reverse to Lewis. He's looking to pass. He's got some time, and he's being pressured there by, as he throws the pass, and it's almost intercepted. As they try to trick play with Lewis throwing the ball back to Frost, but Frost was covered, and they almost plucked it off. Now it's a big play, 4th and 13 for the Tigers, and we've got 39 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Doug Slur almost come up with that football, but a great job again by Scott Woodward and Billy Bliss. Like you said, a schoolyard play. A reverse to Lewis. He was going to throw the football. Billy Bliss and Scott Woodward, great pursuit. Scott with a diving tackle forced Lewis to throw the ball. And Doug Slur was right there. Gabby's on the field now. He wants a timeout. 4th and 13 for the Bangor Rams. 39 seconds left. We call this a dream matchup, Guy and Jerry. And boy, is it.
Great football game, John. What Bangor did on that play is they had Lewis set up at tight end. They reversed him and brought him back into the backfield. One thing I've always said, you know, when you get down to the brass tack of winning a football game, you don't go away from what people have done for you all year. You can't take a tight end. He was hesitant back there, trying to throw the football. When you do that, your chances are slim that you're going to get the big play.
There was a great job of defense by Skyward. There's a nice gesture now on the sideline. The guys all along the sideline are holding hands, showing their togetherness. And boy, it's been a great football game. 39 seconds left. Jerry, take it away.
Okay, John. Exciting football here from Whittier Field. They said the battle of the two powers, and they've got it today. It's exciting football action. 4th down and 13. The play of the game coming up right here at Whittier Field. This will determine the championship right here. Bangor's got to score to tie up the ball game. 39 seconds to go in the ball game. This is the play of the game for Biddeford and for Bangor.
Landry was on the field. Bangor's bread and butter has been going to Lewis. I'm sure it's not going to be an exception here. Landry, I'm sure, has told him about that. Here we go.
Moyer in motion as they look across the middle, and there's Tim Garrett there. But there's going to be, makes the catch, but it's going to be close to where the ball is being set. It's where the ball is going to be set. That's the big question mark. First down, Biddeford, as they came up short. He dove and he come up short.
Take home the bacon, you Tigers!
Yes, sir. Guy and I have been practicing singing all week. It's not over yet, though. 32 seconds left. Billy Bliss is down there on the field, emotionally drained. He's hugging Stevie O'Brien. Hey, it's great, you guys. 2 years in a row, we've been part of it. We'd like to thank Tony Olamo for giving us the opportunity to bring the game to all our viewers. Boy, Jerry, this is exciting when you...
Live Biddeford, we live Biddeford. No.
We'll have to wait and see, as we don't want to fumble down here either, gentlemen. Jelinas most likely will just get the snap and fall down. As we got a penalty on Bangor, which is going to hurt them, as they're going to take Biddeford out of that big hole now, as Perry Boudreau is drawn off sides. And it's going to be down to about the 6-yard line now. 22 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
And Collard's got his bullhorn. Don Collard, the president of BAA, is excited. Everybody's down there hugging. And like Mike Landry told you this week, Jerry, in the interview, Gabby won the battle, 10-7 in overtime. Mike Landry and his Biddeford Tigers have won the war. Won the 1984 Class AA champs. 20 seconds left. Oh, it's exciting, Guy and Jerry.
All right, Jelinas falls right down on the ball. And the clock's running out as Bangor calls timeout. We got 12 seconds to go, and I think that's Bangor's last timeout. As all Jelinas has got to do now is fall one more time, and the goal ball will be coming down I-95 down to Biddeford, and right next to the one they won last year.
What a coaching job by Landry, Cody, Bernie, Beanett, Ronnie Willett. I mean, we can't think of enough words to talk about the coaching job from Bob Boyer to Norm Nallette to, we don't want to forget anybody, Jerry. Help me out.
Bobby Boyer, Andy Jelinas, all that whole Roger LeBranch, Mike Gagnon, all those guys have gone up to Bangor 3 times this year. They've gone all over the state, helping Mike Landry, Ron Cody, Ron Willett, and Bernie Beanett. And we also like to mention the great effort done by Don Wilson this year, the athletic director. A fine job. He accommodated us well this year, and we'd like to thank Don on the air. Thanks a lot, Don Wilson.
We sure would like to thank everybody. Like we said, 12 seconds left. It's history. We're the 1984 champs. 2 years in a row, and who would have thought, Jerry? We both got egg on our face. I picked Portland to win the state. You picked Bangor. Mike Landry with 6 returning lettermen. We're bringing the gold ball back to Biddeford High School. Let's hope that nobody steals it this year.
Oh, you're right there. As we had a little incident last year, but they recovered the original ball. Here we go, 12 seconds to go in the ball game. Correction, 4th quarter. I won't say the ball game till that last second is ticked off. As they come out of the huddle, the big exchange, Mike Carrier and Jerry Jelinas. That's the big exchange. There's the snap. Jelinas goes down. And there's the countdown.
It's all over. Biddeford High School, 2nd year in a row, 1984 champs. Jerry, do me a big favor, though. We got to bring Leopold Kutsu back to Biddeford.
Sorry about that. And again, the final score here from Whittier Field in Brunswick. The Biddeford High School Tigers 14, The Bangor High Rams 7. We'll be back with our exciting post-game show after this message.
What we should do is catch them down by the bus with their dress.
Okay, Mike, we'll see you. Take care.
Mike, nice seeing you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too, Mike.
And you're going to let Al Seacon edit this film, Molemo?
Hey, Dougie! Here we are with Ron Cody. Ron, congratulations, a great game. The new formation you came out with, we didn't know what to call it. We called it the Los Angeles Rams, like Eric Dickinson. You guys got Scott Woodward. Ron, you showed me something a little earlier about Gabby and the monkey or whatever. Would you like to show us again?
Before the game, John, remember last time we played, he says, after he beat us, he said, well, we finally got the monkey off our back, and I thought I'd bring the monkey back, and there it is right there. I showed him that before the game. He went crazy. he couldn't believe it, but you're right, John. We went to that new formation with Scott Woodward in the backfield, and, Scott is by far the best runner in the state, and he proved it again today.
You guys did a great job of coaching, like Jerry and I and Guy said throughout the ball game, especially at the end. You guys and your staff, it's phenomenal. Really, 6 returning lettermen. Here we are, 2 years in a row to state champs.
Well, that's what makes it so sweet, John. We didn't have that many veterans coming back, and here we are. On paper, Bangor had, a great club coming back, and we just fought hard all year. The kids did a great job, and, to win the state championship back-to-back is really something.
Yeah, like you said, the kids did a great job, and so did Mike and yourself and Bernie and Ronnie and Bobby Boyer and, the rest of them, Jelinus.
We work well together, John, as a staff. We all have our role to play, and we do that, and we bring the kids together, and they respond to it, and it's worked out great.
It sure has, 2 in a row. I mean, what more could you want? Great job, Ron.
Thanks, John.
We're going to try to get Jerry to talk to Mike Landry.
We'll stay right here. All right?
Where is Jerry? Mike, congratulations, 2 in a row, kid. Like you said at the smoking, like you said in the interview with Jerry before the ball game, Gabby won the battle. You won the war.
No question about it. We won the war. Super effort. Super effort by everybody involved.
Don't step on the court.
These kids, from what we lost last year, I mean, this is one great accomplishment for what we lost last year. Hey, we didn't do it pretty, and we didn't do it fancy, but mister, we did it. I'll tell you right now.
A jubilant Biddeford High School crowd here, players and everything. And I'm getting lost in here. Hey, I got a promise this week that Keith Lambert's father said that there's no more room in a trophy case, and he said he'd build you a new one if you want it. He's going to be building you a trophy case.
We're going to get a brand new case with all the gold balls, I'll tell you right now. Honest to God, he's putting underneath the Tiger.
What do you think was the key play that turned everything around? La Rochelle's interception?
The dog running on the field.
Yeah, that kind of broke your back. You know, it's unfortunate you guys that worked on this play.
Back. We were trying to run a play.
It's too bad that you guys tried that play twice, and both times you went to try that sneak play, something happened. Once the referee didn't know what's going on, the other time the dog stopped you.
That's right, you better believe it. Both times they were wide open. The officials got... No, I don't know. Hey, super job, I'm telling you. You surprised me, I'll tell you that right now.
All I got to say, Coach, is preseason I sat in your office and we went through what we thought would be the tough teams in the conference. You said it, if we went 5-3, I'd be awful damn happy. 9-1's not bad either, Coach.
No, it isn't. Gotta give the coaching staff and the trainer and everybody else all the credit in the world. They're the ones that keep me sane. I'll tell you that right.
Are you gonna make it through the day?
No, I'm making through the day. Is there a day?
There you go.
More than one day. That's
okay, Coach. All right, we'll turn it back now as they're all celebrating. I'm gonna get out if I get killed. The line, Coach.